Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'd like to jump into single missions. So let's start them. First mission is the North American P-51D Mustang as a combat air patrol. See the background. So there will be some encounters between Mustangs and Schwalbes, or the Messerschmitt 262. At altitude often resulted in a draw. The Mustangs could handily outturn the Messerschmitts, while the German jets could use their speed advantage to simply climb out of a furball. Pilot skill often made all the difference. Okay, objective. In this mission, you will be patrolling an area to the east of Köln. We want to make sure we maintain a constant presence in this area. If you encounter any enemy aircraft, you are instructed to take them down. Okie dokie. Okay, so let's load the mission. There is the Köln. I should be patrolling. Wait a moment. They say I will be patrolling east of Köln, area to the east of Köln, right? But the map shows the area west of Köln. Right, so very interesting. I have to move like this. So I'll be flying. Basically, I'm gonna start at altitude 5000. Looks like so, at 300 knots. We'll be flying east all the way to the Köln. There is like 3 German airfields around it. Another one in Bonn. Okay, that's all. So I can maybe expect some Messerschmitts to take off from Köln or Düren or whatever it is. And then I will fly back to the Aachen and land there. AI, veteran. Okay, rating, interesting. I'm not sure whether I'm veteran or like pretty much amateur. Okay, that's the mission. Let's jump into it and see how it goes. Can't wait to see. I hope I have the revives still active so I can revive my aircraft. The experts, okay, it says the experts. Location east of Köln, so again east of Köln, but I'm west of the Köln. November 10, 1944, so the Ardennes operation is in the middle. Okay, the text here is the same like it was... no, it's not the same. The alert for the enemy Messerschmitt 262 fighters. If you encounter any enemy aircraft, you are instructed to take them down. Okay, that's the new message, which wasn't there before. So we should focus on Messerschmitts. What happened to my mouse? Wait a moment. Mouse look is somehow... Okay. Okay, let's fly like this. There shouldn't be any overheating of my engine. So far, no signs of enemies. Wing 2 about to crash. Why? What happened to him? Okay. Seems like one of them is going down. Two Messerschmitts. Okay, 12 o'clock. very close to us already. Okay, I don't have infinite guns anymore, so I have to aim a little bit better. Seems like he's smoking already, like he's hit somehow, but apparently not enough. It's not a smoke from the engines, it's smoke coming from the aircraft itself. Oh, too late for me. I forgot to pull like completely in this game. It's way different than the Illusion. In the Illusion you have to pull very carefully, not to... Okay, something crashed behind me. I don't want to overshoot, but very interesting that I can see the padlock, but as soon... Okay, he's down. Another one behind me on 7 o'clock. So I can use the padlock, but as soon as as the target is below me, so logically I cannot see him, automatically turns off the padlocking in that case. It's very, very nice detail. Oh, that's not looking great. It's my typical flight. Okay, another one here. Maybe I'm gonna refly this mission once again. I don't want to revive during these missions. And in order not to revive, it's essential for me not to collide into enemies. That's the best what I can do. Okay, couple hits into him. Okay, head back to base. As I remember it correctly, the navigation should be quite simple here. You just need to fly to the next steer point and it automatically switches to the next one as soon as you reach it. Okay. Mouse look works very well here, but you have to put your hands off the stick, which is not great during the battle. But it's working. Unfortunately the track IR is not working, but you can't expect it to be working in such an old game. I don't know whether some buddies survive or not. How to see them. Friendly air target not found, so I'm alone here. Seems like that. Oh. That's the Köln, or it shouldn't be friendly airfield if they are shooting at me, right? So it's probably an enemy airfield. Okay, it's Köln, definitely. I have to proceed to the next steer point. If I look at the navigation. So that's the Köln airfield. Maybe I can destroy a couple of ground targets there. Why not, right? It's not that far. I still have some ammo. Let's attack these ammo dumps. Just because, why not? Oh, that's the Köln. Okay, seems like you can't destroy this building likes or objects with your guns. I'm running out of ammo. There you are. Just quick look through the cockpit. It's kinda looking quite good for this like era, or for this age of the game. It's not that bad, especially the digits. So basically you can read them without any problems. This flak is really like, it's terrifying for me. Oh, it was too close. Mushrooms are quite big. I would expect smaller explosions. This seems to be like, I don't know, 10 kilograms of TNT. I was trying to lock the ground targets. Usually you are able to see these black cannons. Lock them. I don't know what is the locking distance in this game, but for now I can't see them. I can lock the 3.2 miles bridge. 3.2 miles, bridge 1, bridge 3, 8 miles. So 8 miles away, somewhere 10 o'clock there. It's a bridge. 10.8 miles, 7 o'clock. Okay, there. And just disappeared. The target just disappeared, so gonna wait for the for this hangar to disappear. Auf Duren, 10 o'clock. I'd like to lock the Köln airfield. It's airfield Düren. Okay, 6 o'clock Köln, 10.6 miles. I'm still able to see it. 8.8, 9, 11. Okay, 11.2 or 11.3 is the threshold for seeing the targets. Let's fly lower. I do remember that it wasn't that big. I'm in the map, so you are quite fast at the final steer point, and probably that's the airfield already in the distance. Yeah, there is a city, and there should be an airfield visible somewhere inside the white field, probably snowy field, or maybe behind that that hill in the distance. Oh no, still over enemy territory, seems like that. Duren, 11 o'clock, so still at Duren city, which is enemy. I'm locking enemy ground targets, so I don't know what SMHSE is. It's like normal ordinary house. Reach Duren. Okay, let's see the navigation. Okay, I'm flying properly still. Good direction. But as soon as I try to... Oh, damage from flak. I just got hit. Flaps jammed. Okay. Oh no. Not looking great. Interesting that when you fly above the clouds, they are not shooting at you. But as soon as you get below the clouds, they start firing at you or shooting at you. And it's just... what's the altitude? It's just 1,000 feet, like this. Okay, 3 o'clock, still enemy. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Train station, nice, there is also a train. Very nice looking, like all the details. I like it. Aircraft is flying slightly strange. Engine 1, flat car, freight, flat car 2, tracks, rail bridge, building, sorry, rail building. I can't put my nose below. You are awesome. Up against an expert pilot. What does it mean? I don't know. I don't get it. Okay, there is a village here, or a town, and behind it there should be the Aachen airfield. This is probably Aachen. Right, okay. And the airfield should be there, right? Okay, I just locked it. But I can't fly any lower. And flaps are jammed, this will be... Okay, now I can fly lower, just because my airspeed dropped. Can switch off the engine. Hopefully we'll be able to start it again. Propeller is still spinning because of the air coming through it. Nice sound, by the way. This game looks and sounds quite good. Okay, what's my airspeed? Okay, 200. Okay, I can't use the flaps yet. It says flap redline 165, which means that you have to be below 165 knots in order to use the flaps. I don't know whether they are working or not. It said like takeoff flaps, but okay, And the brakes as well. The aircraft is moving very strangely. Oh, the landing was quite pleasant. I'm still jumping. Maybe I need to be slower. But it seems that without the flaps is quite a problem for me. I can't use the flaps. Okay. I can see a deer in the distance. It acts like the brakes were not working. Not that great. See my speed. I need to put my head down a little bit. Let's make a nice turn over the city. I shouldn't be doing that, especially if my aircraft is damaged. Might result in a collision into a civilian objects. Nice church they have here. Okay, I'm coming to the runway slowly. Okay, I'd like to land right on the mark. I don't know what is the minimum speed for the Mustang in this game. Oh, there are some ammo dumps. Okay, my radar is not working. That's because my speed was... Looks like the brakes are not working either. Okay, finally. Finally, I'm able to stop. Okay. Can you crash into that light? I'm gonna try it. I can see some holes in my aircraft and I can see that my elevator is missing. That's that was the problem for me. So that's the damage from the flak, because I wasn't hit by the Messerschmitts. But the flak took a chunk of me. You definitely can crash in any building here. It will basically dismantle your aircraft. But I'm not sure about this light. Okay, seems like it's okay. Okie dokie. More holes from the other side. Nice wildlife here. Okay, guys, so that was first mission. There is no like just a briefing here, which seems to be already out. Hide data. Okay. Options. Sound, game options, controller. Quit to museum. So I don't see any debriefing here. I can just quit the museum and select another mission probably. Okay, 21 minutes. How about fly another mission? Stats. Wait a moment. I can see the stats here. So revives 1 fighters, 4 enemy losses, 3 by me, losses 5. So one of them is me, and 4 losses were like my allies. So each of us basically dies once, but I was able to revive. Okay, done. Another mission, Queen's Revenge. Queens, and I'm flying in Mustang, so I was expecting some. Allied fighters sometimes performed dual roles in the same mission, escorting bombers to a target, then breaking away to attack ground targets in the vicinity. Protect the bombers by attacking the anti-aircraft guns. As the bombers start their run, make a low-level sweep over the target area, waypoint B, and destroy all the 88mm flak guns. Be careful not to let them shoot down too many of our bombers, as they must make it to their drop point, which is waypoint C. So I'm going to escort them to the waypoint B only, and then I can destroy any 88 flaks there, and then they will continue to waypoint C and do their job there basically. So let's load this mission, let's see how it goes. Squad mascot, flight white. Oh, there is so many B-51s. American B-24s, there will be Liberators flying with us. Which is my human. Okay, that's me. Mascot, flight white. 30,000 feet. Heading east. At least this heading is okay. A, B, C. There is another B steer point for some of us. For the bombers. Okay, so they'll be flying over to the steer point B, turn to the steer point C and drop their bombs. And we are supposed to be flying, if that's me, that's the AI, but it's also Mustang. Okay, that's my flight. I'll be armed with HVARs, or high velocity aircraft rockets, under my wings. Probably 4 of them under each wing, so totally like 8 of them. Hopefully I'll be able to use them. I don't know which key to use. So basically from the steer point A, we will be flying directly to steer point B, to our steer point B, destroy all the flak batteries there, or at least the most of them. So when the bombers reach their steer point C, there will be no more flak. So basically at the steer point A we will split. And I'm gonna fly to steer point C all the way Maastricht to the Centruiden. But as soon as the mission will be over, I'm gonna land on the Maastricht or Aachen airfield. Probably Aachen. I have to remember that the Aachen is southwest from the steer point C, from my steer point. Okay, that's mine. So let's fly this mission. Split at steer point 8, fly directly to steer point B, destroy flaks, fly to steer point sea and then fly southwest and try to... Okay, this is the target for the... Nice, so many tanks for the fuel probably. And I can see one flag just here on this picture. Another flag. Okay, there is like multiple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like they are all around the factory. There is like some flak guns. Be careful not to let them shoot down too many of our bombers. Okay, so there shouldn't be any... Oh, quite nice. Night mission. So there shouldn't be any enemy fighters. At least I hope so. Let's kick some butt. Okay. I never see my allies around me. Okay, what about the VAR rockets? How to use them? Okay, auto single VAR. Okay. I'll be using single VAR. Is it switched? Okay, like this. 50 cals. Let's see the rockets. Okay, it's just 3 of them below each wing, so like 6 totally. Like it was written there. So single VARs basically means I'll be shooting them in pairs or a single, like real single. I don't know whether it was possible to fire them like a single rocket only. It would be nice to shoot them all like together at once, so the auto VARs, then revive, shoot another bunch of 6 VARs. Be very nice. Okay, there is some troops already. Objective, okay, 2 o'clock. 9.6 miles. Waypoint, okay, proceed to waypoint B, which is on my 2 o'clock. 9.1 mile. I can't see the ground target yet. Okay, there it is. Can I use the combat flaps at this speed, like 400? Probably yes. Just want to slow down a little bit. Okay, I can see the target. I mean the target for the bombers, the refinery or whatever it was. Okay, I turn on the labels so I can see. Oh, there is Wirbelwind. That's a really bad situation, and another Wirbelwind at the end. And they are shooting at me already. I just need to make sure that this Wirbelwind is destroyed. That's the Wirbelwind shooting at me. Okay, one of them was destroyed. One Wirbelwind down. I hope when I'm that low, the guns won't be able to hit me. Let's go for this second Wirbelwind. And the missile was flying, or the rocket was flying very... Looks like they're using the auto rockets, they are firing like there is no tomorrow. Okay. Destroyed. Right. Okay, there is just a couple of... wait a moment, I have 0 VARs. So I'm going just to check the situation. There is no air unit whatsoever, and just 3 of 88 remaining, so let's destroy at least one of them. I don't know whether my allies will use their guns now. Or we are dead ducks. Okay, come on, there is just 3 of the flags. So don't be afraid that much. Okay, 2 of us are shooting at one target. Very dangerous situation. All guns destroyed. Perfect. So there's just the troops, soldiers, and that's it. The soldiers usually run out of these destroyed vehicles, tanks, guns, trucks, whatsoever. So let's fly to steer point. What is it? Still B, probably. Okay, the bombers are 9.6 miles away by 7 o'clock, so somewhere behind me. Proceeding to waypoint C, okay, so... And I'll be landing just behind the steer point C. I don't want to fly all the way across Belgium. I just want to be down as quickly as possible. And I mean down like landing, not down like shot down. It's kinda relaxing, such flight model, where you can simply pull all the way and you don't have to worry about the stalls. But on the other side, when you are flying IL-2, one mission, then one mission in this World War II fighters, you might be confused by the flight models. Special delivery, okay. I see the explosions in the distance. Look at this effect. Very, very nice. There is definitely some kind of hardware acceleration of the GPU. Some OpenGL or Direct 3D, something like that definitely working in this game. Okay, get lower just to see that Aachen airfield. I should be very close to this 3-point C. Okay, waypoint D, and I'm gonna turn left. And somewhere in the distance there should be... there it is. Not in the distance, it's quite here. I'm probably still on the combat flaps. Okay, that's cool. What time is it? It's like it's a morning or an evening, so the light will be like lower or higher. I don't even know whether if you stay long enough in the air whether there is some daytime or daylight change in this game. Probably not. My current heading is west, and the sun seems to be somewhere behind me, or there was a moon. This is like a night lightning in the cockpit. Okay, let's try to land like I should land before. The proper flaps. Oh, my engine is still off. It was still a glider. I don't see the runway. And I'm down. I touched down already, probably. Luckily the landing gear is very resilient here. So you can fly very hard with this aircraft in this game, and the gear will take it. It can get damaged definitely, but it needs to be really tough landing to damage your landing gear. I like the details, how the cases are coming out of the wings. It's not visible now because I'm on the ground, but in the air you can see how they are maybe it's slightly visible, I don't know, how they are falling away from the aircraft. Nice short drops here. You can see how they are dropping, but it's very, very close when they disappear basically in the air. Just like so, and they disappear. Okay. So I'm the only one who landed in the Aachen. The rest of the group of the bombers is still continuing their flight together with this Wing 3. Let's quit to the museum. Objective remaining 0. So the mission was done. Outcome success. All objective met. Flak 12. 4 of them destroyed by me. And the other ground targets 116. Oh, that's so nice result. Basically, the bombers did their job precisely. I was expecting this other to be this Opel trucks, which were also there, and I'm not sure, but probably I was able to destroy one of them, but looks like not. There is no single number here in the by player, just for Flux destroyed by me, including the Wirbelwinds definitely. So it's also a flak. So that were the first 2 missions. I'm not gonna fly more of them in this video. It's quite long enough already, so gonna finish it here. I really appreciate all your comments. Some of them wrote me that you remember this game from your, let's say, I mean, I don't know whether it was childhood or some teenage, for example, or something like that, but you definitely do remember. Some of you remember this game, which is really great. I appreciate that. Some of you wrote that you spent many hours in it, so that's even better. Some of you know other games from Jane's Digital Combat Simulations. That's also fantastic. So it was a whole bunch of games uh, in this like late 90s produced by this famous sim company. And some of them are like unknown, were like specialized in other games, and this one passed by them without any notification. But it is what it is. Like you can't play all the games in the world. Basically, you can always pick whatever you want and play. So that's like okay, pretty normal. I appreciate this museum here, like all the hangars, all the stuff here. It's looking really great. So that's definitely a plus of this game. I do appreciate also the visuals in this game and the sounds. That's also like very very unique, very nice looking. Basically, the flights model itself is very simplified, so it's not a hardcore sim. Definitely, when the IL-2 came out, it was a completely different situation. Or even the European Air War, when comparing these Second World War simulators, was uh, very like different to this game. When feeling the Air War, basically the aircraft simulation, the flight model itself, the overall combats, it was definitely better experience than this one. This is like a very small like size front, small area where all this is happening, and in most of the missions, also during the carrier, you start simply in the air, so you don't have that feel that you are going somewhere to fly somewhere. So it's very like quick, short missions, just action packed. You just do your job and you land, and that's it. Or you can even end up in the air. So basically, if you press enter, return to the simulation, or return to the hangar, return to the museum. Basically, when the objectives are met, no matter whether it is a single mission or a carrier, it's done for you, and you can basically jump to another one. So it's very like a quick game for you. And I see it like quite easy. I do remember that there were like some of the missions were slightly more difficult, but if you have the revive available for you, you can always do so and basically finish the mission. Even if you lost like hundreds of your aircrafts, you are still able to finish the mission just because you can revive yourself. Or you can switch it off and make it like harder, but I don't think it's like it's definitely you will definitely pay more attention and be more careful and cautious when approaching the enemies. But other than that, it won't like make your flight model or the gun efficiency or anything like your aim basically better. So okay, maybe I will fly another 2 German missions just to see how it performs, how it looks like, what kind of missions do they have, and we'll see how you like these videos based on the likes, based on your comments, and maybe we'll follow in some other uh, Allied and Axis missions in the future. So far, thank you for watching. As always, have fun, take care, and bye.